here we are again in the Ginger and Baker studio in the heart of the Music District in lovely Old Town Fort Collins. Very excited today for Live at Lunch. We have an awesome old school country and rock and roll band who's doing a lot of touring this summer. Also coming out with a new album. Happy to introduce to you Ryan, Chrys, and the Rough Cuts. Take it away.
In Texas, we were on the same chain gang. He had killed 7 men, and I had killed 13. We worked our hands bloody and plotted our escape. 2 weeks later, we were on the move and back out on the tape. Well, I'm not the one to share my deeds, so I killed this man I'd met. And then I tattooed one more mark next to 13 on my neck. And I can't tell you why it is I do the things I do. I guess I was just born cruel. Well, I was in Fort Collins, Colorado. Stopped into a bar, saw a man in the corner playing a big old red guitar. And I said, "Excuse me, mister, won't you play some Johnny Cash?" And he said, "How's about some Florida Georgia lines?" I just laughed. Oh no, well, I don't like pop country, so I killed this man I've met. And then I tattooed one more mark next to the 14 on my neck. And I can't tell you why it is I do the things I do. I guess I was just born cruel. I'm a killer. I got the devil in my soul. There ain't no filler, just bodies in a hole. I'm a bad, bad man, so don't cross me in this life, or I'll see you in the next one. But you'll be there tonight, just to wait. All right. Killed the bartender cause he wouldn't take my check. And then I tattooed one more mark next to the 15 on my neck. And I can't tell you why it is I do the things I do. I guess I was just born cruel. Well, I'm a killer. I got the devil in my soul. There ain't no filler, just bodies in a hole. I'm a bad, bad man, so don't cross me in this life, or I'll see you in the next one, and I'll kill you twice. Now just keep her waiting. Got my shades on, 8-track playing, rolling through. Foot down heavy on the 302. People stop and stare cause it looks so bad. Tesla driving mama said, "Oh, what is that?" It's my Fastback. 68.4 on the floor. It's a Fastback. Give it just a little bit more. I got competition hookers running straight out the back. Double pumper Holly and a monster tack. Ford 9 posse bolted under the rear. Smoking those tires right through second gear. in my Fastback. 68 4 on the floor. It's a Fastback. Give it just a little bit more. You know that Steve McQueen was a badass. You know that Bullet Green is the fastest. I like a Hemi and I like a Chevelle, but the only thing I'm driving on the highway to hell is my Fastback. 68 4 on the floor. It's a Fastback. Give it just a little bit more. Come on, it's a Fastback. 68 4 on the floor. We're riding in a Fastback. Give it just a little bit more. All right.
Ryan, Chrys, and the Rough Cuts here on Live at Lunch on KRFC. Super excited to have you in here. That was Fastback.
Yeah.
And before that was Killer.
Yeah.
First two songs of this Live at Lunch.
Yeah.
Sounded really good. Feeling okay? Everybody feeling good?
Yeah.
Awesome. Sounds great in here. So during this time, I like to take a couple minutes and just say hi to everybody, see where you're from, see who your influences are. There we go. See how everything came together to what you are today as Ryan, Chrys, and the Rough Cuts. So we'll start right here. We'll go clockwise with Ryan, Chrys, the man himself. That's Chrys with a Y, Chrys, if you're at home looking it up. Ryan, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you originally from?
Born in Missoula, Montana, and family's still up there, and lived in Montana all my life, graduated from Missoula, and then moved down to Denver to play the music.
Rock and roll, yeah.
Yeah. And mom was a folk singer, a lot of Joan Baez and Elvis and John Denver and, of course, Willie and Waylon, all the classics. So I grew up with that. And
music in the blood, then.
A deep love for music.
Awesome. Do you remember what your first album that you kind of went out and purchased yourself was? Album, record, tape?
Don't ask me. But yes, Huey Lewis and the News and Def Leppard were my very first albums. And my very first concert was Air Supply. My mom was a huge Air Supply fan, so she had to go see Air Supply.
Got a little bit of everything there. That's awesome. So what did you start playing guitar as a kiddo, or were you something you learned later in life? Yeah,
I mean, she taught me chords early on, but and I strummed along, but I didn't really dig in until I was maybe like late teenager. Yeah. 16, 17, 18. Yeah.
Was the desire to just rock, or were you trying to write songs, or what was that?
all of it, kind of. It's like I wanted to rock and rocked, but also loved riffs and writing riffs and all that stuff. So.
Awesome. And did you play in a band or anything in high school, or was your first band when you
I played in the high school band. I played the snare.
Oh, nice.
And some other stuff. But yeah, as soon as I graduated, I lived in a small town, Montana, so it was hard to find a band. But as soon as I graduated and moved back to Missoula, started a band right off and rocked every basement in town.
Nice. That's the way to do it, man. Got to start somewhere. What was your first guitar?
It was a Washburn.
Nice. That's what my first one was. Yeah. I guess it was my third, but I don't count my first two like
my first
guitars.
Was a classical nylon string guitar from Mom, but because that's what she played. But when I got to the basement, I got a Washburn electric and a crate.
Little crate amp.
State.
Cranking it. Sweet. Well, that's fun. Well, that's awesome. And when did you move to Denver?
It's over 20 years because that's how long you have to play music here to be a Colorado Country Music Hall of Famer.
Oh, nice.
So it was around about 99, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming in today. Appreciate you. And we have Michael Jokum on the drums back there. How you doing, Michael?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you for coming in. What about you? Where are you originally from?
I'm from Southern California. Grew up in Los Angeles, in the Valley, as they say. I'm a Valley guy, Valley boy. You know.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And you into the music scene there? How did you get into music?
Yeah, I was. Where do I begin? It's all I've ever done. For those of you who are my age, my very first recording session was the theme for the TV show The Love Boat.
Oh, nice.
So I deeply ensconced myself in the recording scene in Los Angeles. Was super fortunate to play on hundreds of movie soundtracks, hundreds of television shows, hundreds of records, hundreds of jingles, etc. So I was really fortunate. Growing up in Los Angeles, you really have those opportunities because that's where all media is. So
that's where everything is. Did you start on the drums?
I did. Yeah. So I started when I was 11 years old, and I knew from the time I was 11 years old that that's exactly what I was going to do with my life, and that's all I've ever done. I've been super fortunate. Never had any other job, and I've been fortunate. I'm grateful to have been made a living at playing the instrument that I love for 55 years now.
It's not always easy.
It's not always easy. No, yeah.
So how did you bring yourself to Denver then if you were so entrenched in LA?
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure it out. In 2002 when I came to Denver, I just kind of needed a change.
Take a break.
I ended up in 2005 playing with the alt rock band Korn and being on tour with those guys. So from 2005 through 2009-ish, I never really integrated myself into the Denver music scene. It wasn't until about 2015 that I started to integrate myself into the music scene, and that's how I met Ryan, and that's how we've been together going on 9 years now. Okay. Yeah.
So was this your first Denver band that you were?
This is the only band I play with here.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What was your first show with the band? What venue?
First show I think wasn't it the Greeley Stampede? I think
nice.
The Greeley Stampede. Stampede. Yeah, this huge stage.
Yeah.
And watching Ryan, the cat with 9 lives, jump off this remarkable stage, and I was like, oh my God, where's this guy coming from, man?
Yeah.
It was great. And, honestly, for me, it's like I kind of did my career backwards. Usually you're 18 years old and you're traveling in a 10-passenger van with 4 or 5 other people.
Yep.
I'm 65 and I'm traveling in a 10-passenger van. But having the time of my life, being able to see a lot of towns, smaller towns that I would never have seen in my touring career because we play, big towns, big venues and big towns. So it's been an education in tolerance and acceptance and surrender and patience, and it's been a wonderful 9 years.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, speaking of that, I was talking to Ryan over the summer before the show over at Colorado State University and saying the first time I played with you, I played alongside you in my old band, at Lost Lake back when it was 2 rooms, and it was like December and the heat was gone out in Lost Lake, and it was like 10 degrees outside and it was freezing cold in the building. But I remember we played and then you got up, played your set, but I was sitting at the bar on the other side from the stage because it used to be the stage was on the long ways, and I was sitting on the bar on the other side, and all of a sudden Ryan climbs up on the bar and is just standing like right above me playing a ripping guitar solo, and I was like, dang, this guy's got chops. It was awesome. Wild man.
A while ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. I don't even remember what year. It was a long time ago though. Susan Phelan on the bass. Welcome.
Hi, thank you.
Yeah,
Glad
how
to
you
be
doing
here.
today?
What's that?
How you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Good.
Really thrilled to be here.
You sound good over there. Across
Great,
the room.
thank you.
And so, yeah, where are you from?
I'm originally from Carmel, Indiana.
Okay.
And grew up there. My father owned the music store on Main Street.
Oh, wow.
Phelan's Music Studios. It's still a music store today. It's not called Phelan's anymore. But anyway, I started playing bass. I wanted to be like my dad. He's my biggest influence.
Nice.
So at the age of 7, I started playing bass.
Awesome.
Since it was a music store, I dabbled in a little bit of drums and
Everything.
guitar and whatever else, and sang in choirs in school and played in bands. First gig was about the age of 12.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a bass player, so I can get lots of work as a bass
Yeah.
player, you know, even at the age of 12.
Everybody needs a bass player.
Subbing with my dad sometimes, you know, and playing. He was primarily a blues man and a jazz man, you know,
Yeah.
so. But I'm a punk rocker at heart.
Yeah.
And I love any kind of music. Every kind of music. It all inspires me. It really
Awesome.
does. Depends on my mood.
So, what were some of the punk bands you were into?
Well, I'll tell you right now,
Everything.
my absolute favorite punk band is I'm on the Sniffers out of
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Australia, who I just love.
They're
I'm
coming
so
around again
into them.
sometime
I
soon,
dig
I
the
think.
Chats out of Australia. I'm really digging some Australian punk music.
Yeah.
But I dug like the Birthday Party and DRI and I don't know, Black Flag and you know, just kind
Everybody.
of just anything I could get into. And I like funk and I like
Yeah.
you know,
Little bit
I
of
like
everything.
jazz, I like blues.
Yeah. There's some good punk stuff coming up in Denver. No Effects is playing a couple of their last
right.
shows or something.
Right,
It's going
right.
on,
Yeah.
So that's pretty
love
cool.
them. Yeah.
So
you know,
good
but
scene.
I love it all. I play upright bass as well. When my dad died, I inherited his upright bass, and so that's what got me started in it.
Nice.
Country punk, you know, rock and roll. I played Americana, I played blues. I mean, I've realized I've been here about 30. I moved here in '93, so
Okay.
I play 32 years. I think I've been playing here
Nice.
in the music scene. All different scenes, and by far having the time of my life playing with Chrys and the Rough Cuts.
Yeah.
He and I have known each other about 20 years, playing
Okay.
in some various bands and whatnot. And the first minute that I subbed with this band, I said, I've got to be in this band, and I quit my other bands, and I do whatever I have to do to be able to play in this band.
Awesome.
You know, remarkable musicians. And
What are the-
Michael's made me a much better bass player, and you know, Ryan's. It's just, it's a real pleasure. I'm thrilled to
That's
be playing
awesome.
with these guys.
What other bands did you play with before?
I played with Angie
Steve.
Stevens in the Beautiful Wreck. I played with Buck Wild. Played with Vibes on Velvet. I fronted a band called the Dirty Backseat Lovers, which was a hard rock band, pretty great.
Awesome.
Played with the Blackouts, all female fronted rock band, and
Yeah.
the list goes on and on. You know, local bands. I
Yeah.
never, you know.
That's awesome.
Rexway was a big one back in
Oh yeah, Rexway. Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
huge. Yeah, that's great. You know, so a lot of love here in Denver.
Yeah, and when you're rocking the bass for the last couple songs and some backup, but you also take lead vocals
Yes.
sometimes as well, which is awesome.
Yes, and you'll be hearing me with the song that Ryan actually wrote about me a little bit later here. So.
Nice. Excellent. Do you remember what your first album / record,
Well, I
whatever?
wanted to be Gene Simmons.
Okay, nice.
Pretty much when I was
but I-
7. I thought he was just the coolest, blowing fire and you
Yeah.
know, spitting blood and playing bass and those boots and everything. I just thought he was so cool. But when I heard Blackwater by the Doobie Brothers, I remember I had to go out and get that album. I mean, go get that record, that little
Yeah.
45, when I heard that on
man.
the radio.
That is a good one.
Thought that was really cool.
Can't go wrong with that one. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Susan, and then Glenn.
Yes, that's with two
two
N's.
N's.
Yeah.
Glenn Taylor, not just Glenn, for everybody who wants to say his name at home. Pedal Steel over here. How you doing today?
It's a good day.
Yeah.
It's a good day to be alive.
It's beautiful. You
Yeah.
sound good over there.
Thank you.
Hanging out. Appreciate you being here with Ryan, Chrys, and the Rough Cuts. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where do you come from?
I grew up in the San Francisco Bay Area. Yeah, I don't know. Started playing music in 4th grade, I remember, trumpet.
Trumpet.
And then I switched to flute in 6th grade because the trumpet was too heavy to carry up the hill to my house. And played the flute in the marching band in the high school. And then the parts were too hard. The flute parts in marching band music are all those flourishes and stuff.
Yeah.
So I went straight to the drum section because that's where
Okay.
the cool cats were.
Yeah.
And we all rotated, you know, playing the big bass drums and
Yeah.
the cymbals and the snare, the field drums.
That's awesome.
So then I went to college for a little bit and started listening to, my friends were into the sort of hippie country rock back then.
That was sort of popular.
Which was in the
there.
early 70s.
Yeah.
So I know I look like I'm 27, but I'm actually older than that. So I got real into like Grateful Dead and New Riders of the Purple Sage, Poco
stuff.
Even the Eagles, Linda Ronstadt and stuff.
Nice.
So then I learned about what a pedal steel guitar was.
Yeah, what introduced you to the pedal steel?
Well, I was listening to that music, so I knew what it was, and then I decided at that time I was going to be a dobro player because I love the sound of the dobro, and I still do. But there was a pedal steel guitar teacher advertised who lived in Oakland, California, and I called him up and just kind of got some information about how to find a pedal steel, and so I bought one, and I've played ever since. That was in 1975.
Yeah.
I took up the pedal steel.
Nice. What were some of your inspirations as a child?
As a child?
When you were doing the marching band stuff.
Well,
when did you first listen to?
My parents both played the piano, so there was often piano going on in the room, in the house. And my brother is also a very gifted keyboard player, and he still plays a lot. He lives in Santa Cruz, California. Cool. But you were asking about first albums, and I think the first album I ever bought was the Tijuana Brass.
Oh, nice.
Whipped Cream.
Yeah.
Because the cover. I mean, come on.
Best cover of all time.
I mean, come on. It doesn't get any better.
Yeah, that one actually comes up frequently because I love that question because you never know what people are going to say. I get, bluegrass people are like, got like Boys to Men or whatever, so you just never know what people are going to say. But that one is a very popular first album.
Yeah.
I remember we had it at my house. And I know my aunts and uncles were talking about it not so long ago. It's everywhere.
I better pick it up.
Dude, it's priceless. It's a classic.
It's a good one. Well, awesome. Glenn Taylor on the pedal steel. Ryan Chrys and the Rough Cuts here with us on Live at Lunch here on KRFC 88.9 FM from Fort Collins, Colorado. We'll let Ryan tune up for a second. You can always stream us online at www.krfcfm.org or check us out on YouTube. You can always search for KRFC RadioVision or Live at Lunch. You'll find us on YouTube, Facebook, all the fun stuff. What do we got coming up next?
Tearin' It Up. This is a song from our second album.
Excellent.
Singing, the words are ringing from this microphone. The band is playing, the guitar's slaying, and I just want to take you home. Forget your worries just for a while. If we go down, then we're going in style. So pour another shot and fill my cup. Tonight, I got nothing but love, yeah. So raise your glass, we're tearing it up, yeah. The night is calling, we are all in. We're riding on this train. The beat is moving, the bass is grooving, now take me home again. We like to party almost every night. Sometimes it's too hard, but that's alright. So pour another shot and fill my cup. Tonight I got nothing but love, yeah. So raise your glass, we're tearing it up, yeah. and we're rolling just like a hurricane. For my homies and the lonely, the righteous and the rough, pour that shot, fill my cup, we're tearing it up. We're tearing it up. Fill my cup, we're tearing it up. KRFC. I got a twitch, I got scars, I got an anchor tattoo. I drive an old Ford, I drink, smoke, and chew. I was born in a barn like an animal. Well, I'm going through this life like a wild bull. Seen a lot of things in my time, rocky and rough. But all in all, it's all for the better, cause it may not have made me good, but it made me tough. The cold bites, the wind stings, the nights are long. I can't sleep, I'm in deep, I've done a lot of wrong. My dog died, hit by a truck, best friend I ever had. I learned to drink whiskey up from my deadbeat dad. Now come on. I seen death, I seen pain. Life is rough, but all in all, it's all for the better, cause it may not have made me good, but it made me tough. Things in my time, rocky and rough. But all in all, it's all for the better, cause it may not have made me good, but it made me tough, tough enough.
Woo! Tough Enough was the name of that one?
Tough enough.
Yeah. There's a lot of moving and rocking. That's punk rock right there.
Yeah,
Right?
just, you know,
And see the
music does that
influence.
to me.
You see the influence.
To
It's
us
awesome.
all.
I love it. Gets the audience engaged, moving around, feeling it.
I mean, the music does that to us. Whatever else happens, I don't know.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And speaking of watching you, people can come see you live this summer. You've already got a ton of shows all booked up pretty much from now. And for those watching or listening in the future, we are almost into April 2024. So you've got shows all over Colorado. You've got shows in Europe and Nebraska. Why don't we talk a little bit about the tour? You guys are all hopping in a bus and going everywhere together for a little bit. We got... well, why don't we start with the Muddy Roots European tour? Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah.
You're obviously not driving a bus or a van there, but
No, and
this time.
wish we had a bus. But yeah, we're super excited. haven't been to Europe. Susan and I haven't. Michael's toured all over there 100 times. But yeah, we're going to do the Muddy Roots, which is really cool, and we're excited, and we're doing some dates around that. And we had done a big festival in Switzerland a couple of years ago, a couple days that were there. And I don't know how or why, but it seems like folks over there like what we're doing.
Yeah.
And
where's the Muddy Roots tour, or the show?
That's
Festival?
in Belgium.
Belgium, okay.
Yeah, and we'll also be in the UK.
Yeah, I feel like the Germany, Belgium, Netherlands, like really latch on to like the country Americana rock and roll vibe pretty well over there. I don't know what it is.
It seems like they like the non-traditional kind of outlaw kind of stuff, alt country, you know, and which is really cool because a lot of artists that I like, they like, and from both the U.S. and from over there. There's a guy, J.D. McPherson, who's kind of, he's a little more classic and clean, but he's just a cool guy that I've met a couple times. But his style over there is popular too, which I think is awesome. And so we'll go over there and check it out.
Check it out, see what's going on. Hopefully make it a yearly trip.
Yeah, I would love to. Our mutual good friend Slim Cessna, Slim Cessna's Autos Club.
He's awesome.
Goes over there and does, better there than they ever do. And Michael and his friends, Hayseed Dixie, which is a band out of Nashville, which is the same kind of thing, just like hippie rock, banjo picking, crazy guys,
stomping hollers.
Just they won't even play in the States anymore. They clean up over there with theaters
and Walter Trout
like
as well.
Awesome. Walter Trout,
the blues guy, Walter Trout. So
nice.
So
that's good. I got to get your foot in that door, man.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Well, congratulations on that Muddy Roots spot. That's really cool.
Yeah.
And then you got a lot going on here too. Like I said, you're booked. I see. It seems like 50, 60 shows lined up for the summer, and you're still booking. They're at least scrolling down the page. I didn't count them. All that available on roughcutsband.com. You can check out the schedule. But you've got April 12th at Buffalo Rose, and the 13th and that's in Golden, and then Golden, Colorado, and then the 13th, the Barrel in Estes Park. Have you played at Buffalo Rose before?
Yeah, and it's an awesome venue.
It's a cool place.
I don't know if anybody's been in there since the remodel, which happened a couple of years ago, but they sunk $2 million in there.
Oh, dang. Yeah, I haven't been there since early 2000s.
It's world class now. It's really awesome.
Okay.
So,
it's farther away now. Fort Collins is a haul to get to Golden.
And they're starting to do a lot better booking with great artists and bigger artists and stuff. So
cool.
I invite anyone.
Do they still have 2 stages? Didn't they have 2 stages?
They had one on the other side and one on the other side, and one on kind of the back patio, which they do acoustic stuff in the back. But really, it's just the main one.
The main one. Okay, cool. And then the Barrel. Have you played up in Estes Park?
Yeah,
there?
That's a really gorgeous and cool place too.
And that moved in the last couple of years too. Wasn't it on the main drag in Estes, and it kind of moved around the corner?
Yeah, and they have a really cool stage outside and a cool stage inside.
Oh, they've got one inside too.
Yeah, and
awesome.
It's beautiful up there. I mean, it's awesome, and
that's where I went to get my guitar the other day, and it was a beautiful day.
And I feel like Estes Park, has a community that is ripe for great music, but they've struggled with venues to support that, and so it's
an interesting community because it's still close enough to all the non-tourists, but it's a tourist town.
Yeah.
So it probably struggles that way
but with an
winter,
old time
it's cold and
Colorado,
vibe.
People there. They're great people too.
Yeah.
So,
That's a cool place. And then you're going to Nebraska as well this summer, end of April-ish. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we go out there a lot. I mean, we've been driving around a lot over the years and making connections and toured all over, from Nashville to Detroit and everything west, just to the West Coast and back and down through Texas. And they're little pockets here and there of great places that we like to go back to when we don't do full-on tours in the spring and in the fall. And Nebraska is one of them.
Yeah.
There's a couple cool places and some really great people, and I really like the places where the owners and people support this kind of touring unsigned music, where it's, and not just support it, but like build it, to help build
looking for it.
And there are venues that we frequent in Arizona and in New Mexico and Colorado and Nebraska and Montana and South Dakota, Washington and Oregon, and that not just book this kind of our kind of music, but really promote it and are
building the scene.
part of the national scene that
That's
get recognized.
awesome.
So
That's really cool. It's good to find those people, right?
Yeah.
Well, awesome. So yeah, more of that information once again on roughcutsband.com, Facebook. You can, of course, search for Ryan, Chrys, and the Rough Cuts, but also Up From the North is the after the slash on Facebook, and then Instagram at Ryan Chrys, and it's Ryan RYAN and Chrys CHRYS, Ryan Chrys. All sorts of information. So many shows to check out. New shows coming all the time. So why don't you play us a couple more songs that folks might hear if they come out and catch one of your shows?
Great, let's do it.
What do we got?
We have a new single called Tonight a Party.
Excellent.
Some tequila in my cup. Put some AC/DC on and turn it up. Tell your friends to come on by. Get some weed and let's get high. Yeah, 'cause tonight we're gonna have ourselves a party. 'Cause it's better than just drinking all alone. Tito's, Casamigos, and Bacardi. That little Willie in the bone. Now move the chairs, push the tables back. Get a bottle of Jim, get a bottle of Jack. Get some PBR for all the hicks. And get some White Claw for all the chicks, that's right. 'Cause tonight we're gonna have ourselves a party. 'Cause it's better than just drinking all alone. Tito's, Casamigos, and Bacardi. And a little Willie in the bone. Well, we'll raise our hand and yell 'cause we're living. Might even stay out all night long. We're gonna have ourselves a party. It's better than just drinking all alone. If you're laid back and feeling loose, then get your gin and get your juice. 'Cause tonight we're gonna have ourselves a party, 'cause it's better than just drinking all alone. Tito's, Casamigos, and Bacardi, and a little Willie in the bar. We'll raise our glass and yell, 'cause we're living, yeah, we're living, man. Might even stay out all night long. Well, tonight we're gonna have ourselves a party, 'cause it's better than just drinking all alone. KRFC live in Fort Collins. And I know why I was born to die. Well, my drink is strong, it moves the process along. Talking about giving soon, waiting on the harvest moon. Born to lose, or born to fly. Well, I was born to die, born to die. Feed the dirt, feed the sky. Well, I got a reason and I know why. I was born to die. Well, I'll bring you under and I'll take the blame. I'll leave this place better, better than when I came. Birds will sing, worms won't go dry. I was born to die, born to die. Live my life in the blink of an eye. Hi, hello, now it's goodbye. I was born to die. Yeah, somebody just bring me a shovel. To die. Feed the dirt, feed the sky. Well, I got a reason and I know why. I was born to die. Well, hallelujah, by and by. No hard feelings on the happy guy. I was born to die. I was born to die. I was born to die. Born to die.
Born to Die, Ryan, Chrys, and the Rough Cuts here on Live at Lunch, KRFC 88.9 FM, straight out of Fort Collins. Before that was Tonight a Party, new single off the upcoming album. And let's talk about that a little bit. You got an album, you made it, and it's going to be released. Yep. Tell us a little bit about it. Where was it recorded?
It shall be released in June. It was recorded not too far from here, Cinder Sound Studios, with John McVeigh, who is a wonderful, wonderful person who's done a lot of great local bands that come through here, like Bonnie and Taylor Sims and Yonder Mountain String Band, and just on and on and on. He's a great guy.
That's awesome. And it's going to be called Blame It on the Road?
Blame It on the Road,
Blame It on the Road. What inspired Blame It on the Road?
Well, I'll try to make this the short version, but trials and tribulations in the abyss, and what we refer to as being out there in the strangest places at the strangest times in the strangest scenarios, the abyss.
Yeah.
And a lot of big changes have happened to this band. And if any of our friends and fans that follow this band know that in personnel and the ups and downs of everything, and really it all, we can explain it very, very simply. Blame it on the road.
Blame it on the road.
And that's kind of where we all leave our egos and hats and everything, and surrender to it, and it sets us back in Colorado however it wants to.
Yeah. That's awesome. How many songs you got on it?
There's 10 songs.
10 songs.
Yeah.
Have they all been played live, or are you still holding back some? Or?
No, we're playing today here for y'all.
Yeah.
4 or so, and there's maybe 5 that we have not played yet. We've released 3 as singles, and we're going to release 1 more before the album drops in June. And I wrote a song about Susan, and I also wrote a song about Michael.
Nice.
And Michael got the title track, Blame It on the Road.
That's awesome. Creating a family with your songs, including everybody a little bit. That's excellent. And so you're still waiting on a release date and venue and everything, but everybody can keep an eye out on your website, roughcutsband.com, or Facebook Up From the North on there, or just search Chrys and the Rough Cuts, and then Instagram Ryan Chrys, that's Chrys with a Y.
Yep.
And all that information will be shared.
Spotify is where our releases kind of go on there. So
yeah, when you're writing songs, do they start with the band with jamming, or do they start with you in an acoustic guitar, or how do a lot of your songs get their formation?
A good question that is asked, and there is no answer.
There's no answer.
They fall out of the sky when we're eating French fries, or in the van, or
French fries is the magic food then.
Well, pancakes is really
pancakes.
We review pancakes all over the United States.
Oh, nice.
So,
Yeah, when you're on tour, what is something that you going back to tour? What is something that you all go out of your way to do in different cities or new cities? Is there some people like to go shop at vintage stores? Other people go to record shops or bookstores. What do you guys like to do?
We do all that. I think the main thing is finding a good cup of coffee in the morning.
There you go.
Because oftentimes we stay at motels that are less than adequate as far as the coffee situation or breakfast situation goes.
Little plastic trays of coffee.
I think probably one of the things that we do is just to find a really good breakfast place in the morning. I mean, honestly, the way we tour, we don't have a whole lot of time to do a whole bunch of sightseeing. Sometimes we do. But we're playing one-nighters, and then getting up the next morning and driving to the next venue and playing again, doing a sound check, maybe eating some food, playing, going to the hotel, try to get some sleep. I mean, our touring schedule is quite robust once we're out there, So
we have done some amazing little trips, though. We went to the space station in Huntsville, Alabama.
Yeah, I go there frequently. It's a great place.
Sun Studio,
and we went to Motown, and
nice.
And we went to Abe Lincoln's house one time, and we went to Prince's place, Paisley Park.
Oh, cool.
And a lot of
if you're there, you got to try to squeeze it in.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
visit some graves, Waylon Jennings, Evel Knievel.
Yeah.
Nice.
We're big on graves. We go to see
someone's
a lot
around
of
we can
graves
pay our
in our lives.
respects to,
Yeah. That's really cool. Well, that's a lot of fun. So, sorry, had to throw it back to touring again. The Abyss, as you said. Blame It on the Road, coming out this summer. A lot of new songs, 3 singles out so far, and 1 more coming out. And all that's on Spotify and streaming services. Folks can tune in, check it out. Why don't we play a couple more songs here? Actually, before we do that, let me talk about our amazing team here at KRFC for RadioVision Live at Lunch. We've got our audio team, Colton Boening and Greg Douras, and volunteers today, Reed Goodwin and Blake Economist, all helping out, making everybody sound nice. And on video, the fantastic Eric Delano and Dan Perez, making things happen, making everybody look good, putting the filters on us, putting our makeup on. It's amazing. Thanks to those guys. They do so great every week. We really appreciate it. And once again, you can find us streaming on www.krfcfm.org. And then the YouTube videos are always available. KRFC RadioVision Live at Lunch. You can search that up in YouTube and check out all these. If you're just listening, you can watch these amazing performers perform as well. So we got about 10 more minutes or so. So why don't we play some music? If you guys want to, you think you got 3 more songs on the list? Why don't we just crush through those songs? Make sure we get everybody as much music as possible.
Yeah, and I just want to say, we've been playing around Fort Collins for so long, and it is such a cool town. Everybody that lives here knows what a neat little pocket, its own vibe, its own scene. And the people here are awesome, and this is awesome, Live at Lunch, which I know has been going on for how many decades? And I was like, how many?
It's going on 21st year. It was one of the first programs on the station 21 years ago, and still going today. Changed over time, but we're glad to provide local bands and national bands with a nice stage on the radio, as well as now these videos. So it's pretty awesome.
It's amazing. So I just want to shout out to, this whole area in Fort Collins.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
FoCo, we were blessed to play FoCoMX, which is one of my favorite events.
Do you know where you're playing this year?
New Belgium Brewing there in the
awesome
there.
On April 19th, 20th? Friday, Saturday?
Saturday.
New Belgium, FoCoMX.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And that is
going to be a party.
The events to support. You get to see everybody, and it's
so
just
good.
like a big family reunion. And so I just love it up here, and want to just give a big thanks and a shout to
thank you for driving up the treacherous I-25. We appreciate you. Or driving back down it, I should say. It's not so bad on the way up.
There's Buc-ee's now.
You can stop at Buc-ee's. Well, thanks so much, everybody. Ryan, Chrys, and the Rough Cuts here on KRFC Live at Lunch. Play us out.
Wet your whistle. I wake up and I put my boots on, grease back my hair and I make my coffee strong. Slam the door behind me and I'm walking out the street. Nobody lifts their head, nobody's eyes meet. Well, I'm pissed off at society, but I still go to work. I'm pissed off at my boss, cause he's a freaking jerk. But I guess I won the lottery, cause I'm in the USA. I got punk and rock and roll and I do things my own way. Cause we're all living in paradise, like golden bullets, everybody pays the price. We're all living in paradise, whistle as I wander to the grave. Well, I'm trying to find a way to be a better guy. I listen to the TV, but it's all a freaking lie. The government keeps telling me they're making dreams come true, but they're spending all my money and they're spending yours too. They're killing and they're burning and they're taking all my rights. They might own my body, but I still own the night. Yeah, we're all living in paradise, black gold and bullets, everybody pays the price. We're all living in paradise, whistle as I wander to the grave. That one's will be on our new record. So this one, it's about Susan.
Daddy was a music man, he played the double bass. My mama wore the pants, she had heart and she had grace. I grew up big and tough, so they put me in the ring. I learned to fight and cuss, and let me tell you one more thing. I'm long, I'm strong, I'm lean and I'm mean. Hell or high water, or somewhere in between. I'm long, I'm strong, I'm lean and I'm mean. I'm a badass body slamming rock and roll machine. I lit out from Indiana, 17, and headed west. The story of my journeys, they're tattooed on my chest. Well, fighting was a job that I did to pay the bills. Playing on my bass, that's how I got my thrills. I'm long, I'm strong, I'm lean and I'm mean. Hell or high water, or somewhere in between. I'm long, I'm strong, I'm lean and I'm mean. I'm a badass body slamming rock and roll machine. It's all true. Maybe someday you find me out there on the road. There ain't nothing I'm afraid of, paid every due I owed. I've been a sinner and a saint, guess you know the reasons why. Just like I told my daddy on the day I said goodbye. I'm long, I'm strong, I'm lean and I'm mean. Hell or high water, somewhere in between. I'm long, I'm strong, I'm lean and I'm mean. I'm a badass body slamming rock and roll machine. I'm a rock and roll machine. I will say one little thing about that. I used to be a professional wrestler back in the late 80s and the early 90s, so I am a badass body slamming rock and roll machine. There you go.
Yeah, hit it.
People say that you're a problem child, 'cause you don't have a normal life. Ever wonder why your eyes are sunk under, and all you do is play with your knife? Long hair, leather jacket, heavy boots, giving praise to the man in black. Town to town, you're getting real loud, living hard and never looking back. You can blame it on the debt. Tell me, did you sell your soul? You can blame heavy metal, or you can blame it on the road. so healthy, man. You been eating all that truck stop junk, hanging around making fun of the culture and smelling like a Colorado skunk. You can blame it on the devil. Tell me, did you sell your soul? You can blame heavy metal, or you can blame it on the road. Can blame it on the road.
Thank you for listening to Live at Lunch, and thank you to the Music District here in the heart of Fort Collins, Colorado. Live at Lunch is produced by KRFC 88.9 FM in the Ginger and Baker studio. If you'd like to appear on Live at Lunch, email our music director, David Vacek, at david@krfcfm.org.